It's Ari and Minnix on 1250 ESPN San Antonio and ESPNSA.com, breaking down and preparing for the Dallas Cowboys training camp in Oxnard, California. Looking at position groups, we'll talk wide receivers here, Ari. Obviously, 1 and 2, Dez Bryant, Miles Austin, not in that order, are your top 2 receivers. Question marks on Dez Bryant, though, heading into training camp with Roger Goodell and a possible suspension looming.
No question about that. And there's been consistency issues with both of your 1 and your 2 for the Dallas Cowboys. I mean, Miles Austin and Dez Bryant, when healthy, you're talking about one of the best 1-2 punches in the National Football League. The problem is Austin has really struggled to live up to expectations since signing that big contract, and Dez Bryant has had issues understanding the route tree, understanding how to get in and out of your breaks. Just seems like the raw athletic ability's there, but if he can tie that in with the student aspect of the game, Dez Bryant could be in the upper echelon of receivers in the NFL with Calvin Johnson and Andre Johnson.
Absolutely. Now you look at after Austin and Dez Bryant, who's that number 3 wide receiver? As we get ready to start training camp, Kevin Ogletree is penciled into that situation. Kevin Ogletree has had many opportunities with the Dallas Cowboys to claim that 3rd wide receiver spot. He hasn't done it. There's always been a lot of competition there, but he comes in as the guy that they expect to be that number 3 wide receiver. Can he live up to the billing?
Well, and it's an important role for the Cowboys because of all the attention that Austin and Dez Bryant are going to draw from the opposition, and that, I think, is what allowed Laurent Robinson to have such a successful season last year. Was so much attention to Miles Austin when he's in the lineup, so much attention to Dez Bryant. Here's a guy with potential, and you get him open without much acclaim to defend him, and there's a lot of yards there for him. I mean, the one consistency throughout the Cowboys has been, doesn't matter who's receiving the ball, that Romo and in Jason Garrett's offense, there's yards for those receivers, and there's been receivers that have made a name for themselves while playing with the Cowboys.
Yeah, and while you've got a Danny Cole and a Raymond Radaway and some others that potentially could step up and have huge camps, I really expect that maybe 4th, 5th wide receiver to be somebody that goes to camp with somebody else, and the Cowboys are able to get him off the waiver wire. For your most complete coverage of Dallas Cowboys training camp, keep it on 1250 ESPN San Antonio and right here on ESPNSA.com.